Luigi Minchillo. And in the blue corner, from Panama City, Panama, a former lightweight and welterweight champion of the world, weighing in at 154 pounds, the man with the hands of stone, Roberto Duran.
Roberto Duran, who made the 154-pound limit. He could have committed 155. Still been acceptable in this fight. The referee is Mills Lane. Very brief instructions, and we're ready to go with round one of this scheduled 10-rounder. Duran, 73-2-0. He is 30 years of age, 55 knockouts. Luigi Minchillo, 33-1 with 20 knockouts. The record's according to Ring Magazine. He's 26 years of age, from San Paolo di Cividate in southern Italy, province of Foggia. Now living in Pesaro, Italy. On the right of your screen, now circling to the left in the green trunks with white trim, and Duran, bearded, also in green with gold trim.
Typical Minchillo beginning, Tim. He came right out throwing punches. He's an aggressive fighter.
Right hand by Minchillo got through to Duran. Scoring here in Nevada by 3 judges at ringside. They are Hal Miller, Jerry Roth, and Dave Moretti, all from Las Vegas. The referee, Mills Lane, does not score. He is from Reno, Nevada. Another right hand landed from Minchillo.
Come on, get it.
We couldn't get much of a picture of him in his 2-round knockout over Danny Myers at Muncie, Indiana, over in Italy a few weeks back. We're watching him winning his European crown against Luis Arcarias. He showed that he had a lot of stamina. He was still throwing a lot of punches in the 12th round. But of course, his record, while distinguished in terms of number, 33 victories, only 1 defeat, a defeat that he later avenged to another Italian fighter. The record distinguished by the numbers, but not so much by the opponents.
Tim, fighting for the first time in the United States of America and fighting Roberto Duran, you think he might be a little cautious, a little hesitant in the beginning, but he's not. He's fighting exactly the way Minchillo fights any fight, which is a good sign.
I asked his manager, Giovanni Branchini, was he impressed, awed, excited about being in the United States for the first time and in the glamour city of Las Vegas? He said, no, not at all. He was thinking only about the fight. We're watching him around the casinos and Caesars Palace Hotel here the past few days. Indeed, he seems to be totally focused on the fight. Very relaxed.
He throws a lot of punches, Tim, but they're mostly arm punches. And when Duran gets one, he gets all that leverage in it. That could be the big difference in the fight.
Short right hand from Minchillo landed inside. It brought a return flurry from Duran, spinning Minchillo around. Less than a minute to go in round one. Duran with Wilfred Benitez ahead. 104-pound crown. A good combination landed by Duran. He's planning another fight before meeting Benitez. Minchillo is his hurdle here today.
It's a rough first round, Tim. A rough first round.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the round. Minchillo scored a short right hand from that clinch. Duran digs a good left to the body. Oh, good solid left hook to the chin of Minchillo. Minchillo ties him up and appears to be all right as we're in the final seconds of this first round. Round number 2, Roberto Duran on the left of your screen, Luigi Minchillo, the European champion from Italy, now on the left of your screen. Well, I noticed one thing, between rounds, a much more organized Duran corner than he had against Gonzalez and Cleveland.
Yes, that was a circus, but this is a much better corner. Tim, at the end of the first round, Duran landed a tremendous left hook right on Minchillo's chin. Now, when he was a lightweight and he would hit a guy with that punch, the guy would go. It would be 10. But now he's hitting a guy that's 154 pounds, and the result isn't the same.
Well, that's been a question, and indeed, you and Angelo Dundee raised it in the Gonzalez fight. Should he be at 147 or 154? What do you think?
Well, as I say, I like 147 for Duran. He would have to discipline himself, bring himself down there, but I think that would be his best weight. He doesn't have that big a frame. He's in there with these real big guys now.
Good combination landed by Duran. Minchillo keeps coming forward as he has since the opening degrees, but cooler in the ring. It is shaded by a canopy. And there's a very noticeable difference, probably if it touches 10 to 12 degrees. The fighters are much more comfortable than the spectators in terms of the temperature. Spectators aren't taking any punches.
That Duran still has hands of gold, though, Tim. He can snap those punches off in combinations beautifully.
Even early in this fight, Gil, it seems he's showing better rhythm, more tempo than he was able to generate against Gonzalez.
It looks like a much, much better fighter today, Tim. His punches are sharper and crisper and more accurate. And he's in with a rough, tough guy. This guy's not taking any back steps. He's taking those shots at Duran so far.
A little busier round for Duran in terms of punches. He just landed a right hand, bringing it up from near the floor.
But look, after the right hand, he threw 2 more punches. That's the difference between being a champion and an ordinary fighter. He puts it together beautifully.
Under a minute to go, round 2. Right uppercut scored again from Duran.
That's what we pointed out, Tim. Duran has those ring smarts. People don't realize what a good boxer he is and how he can maneuver people around in the ring. He has all the skills.
Minchillo dug a left to the body, but missed with a wild left hook to the head on this combination.
Minchillo is good if you're right in front of him. But when you move to the side, he has a little trouble.
Another combination to the head from Duran, but Minchillo came right back. Minchillo weighed 153 3/4, Duran 154, right on this super welterweight or junior middleweight limit.
You see Duran spin him around, that's the experience that counts.
Later today on CBS Sports Saturday, Bray Musburger will have a feature on the upcoming championship fight between Arguello and Mancini. Gil and I will be there next week in Atlantic City, and we are looking forward to it with enormous anticipation. 2 terrific gentlemen, 2 terrific fighters. Exciting Boom Boom Mancini against one of the truly great champions, Alexis Arguello. Combination by Duran lands here in round 3.
All right, now Duran is moving a little bit more, a little more maneuverable. And when he does that, that bothers Minchillo. When he uses his experience and his boxing ability. If I was in his corner, Tim, I'd never have him trading punches with this guy. Even though he could probably beat him that way, it's not necessary. He can feint this guy, move him out of position, and then nail him with those combinations.
Well, indeed, just after you remarked on that, Minchillo used the distance that he got to land a good combination. He's taller with more reach.
Well, Tim, he's taller, but as long as Duran stays right in front of him, all he has to do is feint and move in either direction, right or left, and then throw those punches.
Left jab by Duran
like
landed.
it's much better. The other guy's a rough, tough, strong guy. He might be able to outbrawl anybody.
We're on round 3, scheduled for 10. Duran, of course, heavily favored to win against the fighter virtually unknown in this country, despite being the European champion and having lost only once. He didn't beat anybody that many people have ever heard of. Just missing with that left hook, Minchillo.
There's Minchillo backing up now, though, Tim. Has him backing up.
Bill Blaine, the referee, trying to separate him from the third round. White, sunny day in Las Vegas. Here on the tennis courts at Caesar's Palace, the same location where Hearns and Leonard went at it. There's some blood now on the nose, the bridge of the nose of Duran. Let's see if we can get a better look to see whose it is and where it came from. Their heads have been very close together. Good left hand landed. There's a lot of blood over the left eye of Duran, Gil.
Yes, there is. That head-to-head business inside, Tim, as I say, I don't think that was necessary for Duran. He's in with a brawler, and he's brawling.
A lot of blood, and it appears to be Duran. It is indeed. Slight blood from the nose of Minchillo. Less than a minute to go, round 3.
Minchillo just landed a big right hand, too, Tim. He has Duran busted up pretty good.
Less than 30 seconds to go in the third round.
Duran is cut in 2 places, Tim. Over the bridge of the nose and in the corner of the eye.
Minchillo coming forward. Ever since he saw that blood appear, probably came from a clash of heads, did not appear to come from a blow. Final seconds of round 3. Round for a bad cut on the right eyelid of Roberto Duran, and Bill Prezant working on it feverishly in the corner. How well did they do, Gil?
Tim, it's a serious cut. It's about 1 inch long, and it's underneath the eyebrow, which means it's in the eye socket. And when a fight is in a spot like that, if he gets hit one more shot and it busts wide open, he'll have to stop the fight. It's in a very, very dangerous place.
Minchillo, his corner saying, subito now, go after it. But it's Duran backing up Minchillo.
Minchillo cannot fight backing up, Timmy. He has to go forward. Anytime you see him backing up, you know he's in trouble.
Duran digging a right underneath. Minchillo just boring in, leading with his head. Now scoring a good combination inside.
Tim, we said he was a rough, tough, strong guy, and that's what he is. Another big right hand by Minchillo.
Opportunity of a lifetime for Minchillo. He knows it, and he has been the confident one. I don't think you'd find anybody else in Las Vegas who thought he had a chance to win, including his own management. Perhaps his trainer, Elio Gelfi from Rimini. A smile from Duran, but he's got to know that that cut is serious.
Well, Bill Prezant has done a good job on the cut, Tim. There's no blood coming out right now, but as I say, it's in a bad spot.
I'd like to alert our stations along the line. There'll be a 30-second station break following this round. We're in round number 4. Duran planning a third fight as a tune-up to meet Wilfred Benitez for the 154-pound crown, and he is in trouble early here against Minchillo because of the cut.
Minchillo loses everything, Tim. Head, elbow, shoulders.
Under a minute to go. Round number 4. Good uppercut from Duran. Despite the cut, Duran's got to know he's in a brawl here. Even if he weren't cut. There's no picnic for him. Good left to the body. 2 of them by Minchillo. Less than 30 seconds to go in round 4.
This has to be the biggest, strongest fighter that Duran has ever fought.
Yes, we must be constantly reminded that he was the lightweight champion for all those years. Moved up to welterweight to 147 to 135, and now up at 154. CBS Sports Saturday will be continuing after this one coming from your local station. Round number 5 upcoming. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Roberto Duran on the left of your screen. Luigi Minchillo, the European champion from Pesaro, Italy, now on the left of your screen. Panama Lewis, Nestor Quinones exhorting Roberto Duran in the corner immediately to our left. And Bill Prezant working on the cut, did an excellent job between rounds 3 and 4. No further damage was done during that 4th round.
Tim, if Duran wins this fight, Bill Prezant has to get a big assist, because that is, again, a dangerous cut, and it's a long cut in a bad spot. And not one drop of blood is coming out now.
If you just joined us, it is on the right eyelid of Roberto Duran. It came evidently from a clash of heads in round 3.
Minchillo is a fighter that can only fight in one gear, Tim. Anytime he tries to back up or try to think, then he's in trouble. But when he's marching forward and brawling, he's very, very effective.
Grab it. Come on, let's go. Per primo, Luigi, per primo.
Minchillo is a lot better defensively than I thought he was, too, Tim. He keeps those elbows in, those hands high, and he moves pretty good inside.
Now, when we watched him on tape against that Luis Arcaris, Arcaris did so little for so much of the fight, it was hard to get a good fix on him. The one thing he did show us in the later rounds was that he was still strong at the finish when Arcaris came alive somewhat, and Minchillo was the better man, deserved the decision for the European crown.
Keeps those elbows in real good to catch those body shots.
Duran digging well to the body. Some more blood now from the cut on the right eyelid of Duran. Again, we'd like to alert our stations along the line. There'll be a 30-second station break following this round. Duran mixing it up to the body and the head. Minchillo using his bigger stature to continue to lean on Duran, who scores again inside.
He hurt Minchillo with that right hand uppercut, Tim. That's a little bit wobbly.
Under a minute to go in round 5. Good left hand from Minchillo. But Duran comes right back. Duran misses 2 consecutive right hands. Less than 30 seconds to go in the 5th round. He lands a left hook.
Well, his manager said he's brave, and he certainly is brave. Tim, he's taking some good shots, and he punches right back.
Final seconds of the 5th round. CBS Sports Saturday continues after this word from your local stations.
I'm German.
All right, Cousin Nolan doing his job down there in Houston. Meanwhile, we're in round number 6. Roberto Duran, Luigi Minchillo. A lot of people didn't think it would last this long.
Tim Nolan Ryan may have pitched a no-hitter, but this sure isn't a no-hitter, I'll tell you that. They're both hitting.
Again, some more work on that eyelid of Roberto Duran. Between rounds, he just landed his best punch of the fight. Great right hand. It backed up Minchillo. And a short left inside. Round number 6 of the scheduled 10-rounder. Tim Ryan with Joe Clancy and Mills Lane, the referee, warning Minchillo for holding.
Well, Minchillo is well-schooled, Tim. You notice when he gets hurt, he knows enough to hold on and walk the guy around. I think Tommy Hearns, if he just would have grabbed a little bit more in that Leonard fight in certain spots,
well, that's a good point. Yes, indeed. Tommy Hearns had difficulty clinching. Didn't seem to know how to do it effectively.
Well, he's never had a clinch before, Tommy. You know,
right.
He's always on the offense.
Exactly right. Duran boring in now and backing up Minchillo more than he has to this point in the fight.
Come on, Luigi, hold it. Come on, let's go.
Again, the warning to Minchillo for holding from referee Mills Lane, who does not figure in the scoring. 3 judges at ringside will do it on the 10-point must system here in Nevada.
Duran has Minchillo backing up now, Tim.
Minchillo did a good job of turning Duran around in his
well-schooled fighter, Tim. He's a well-schooled fighter.
Trainer Ilio Gelfi runs a boxing club in Rimini, Italy. Turned out many amateurs and professionals in that country. And he really makes them work, watching him in the training sessions this week. Boy, I tell you, Gelfi runs a tough shot. It paid off, as you can see.
Tim, I don't want to belabor a point, but Duran has landed an awful lot of clean punches, but again, he's hitting a 154-pounder, and they just haven't had the same effect.
Under a minute to go in this 6th round. Well, it's very much part of the story of the future of Roberto Duran, Gil. Should he be at 154?
Well, my opinion has been, as I expected in the Gonzalez fight out again, he should fight at 142nd pound, but he has to have the discipline to bring himself down that far.
Under 30 seconds to go in the 6th round.
Minchillo is pulling him around the ring now.
Final seconds of round number 6. Round number 7, Tim Ryan with Joe Clancy. We are live from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, out on the tennis courts, the side of the Hearns-Leonard fight. And today it is Roberto Duran on the right of your screen against the European champion Luigi Minchillo. We are in round 7. And that is a surprise to most boxing observers, mainly because little was known about Minchillo, the European champion, and even less about his opponents as he rolled up a 33-1 mark. But he has shown he is strong frame, as his manager Giovanni Branchini described him. How do you see it at this point, Gil? A pretty close fight. Here we go.
I think it's a close fight, Tim. The fight is up for grabs right now. These last 4 rounds are going to be the critical rounds if it goes the last 4. But these are the rounds right now, and right now it looks like Duran is starting to take over a little bit. Whether Minchillo will get a second wind or whether Duran has already got his remains to be seen. But right now Duran seems to be having things a little bit his own way. He's backing Minchillo up. looking for spots to throw those combinations. Minchillo is not as aggressive as he was in the earlier rounds.
Gave Duran the last 2 rounds, 5 and 6, and have him just about a round ahead.
Minchillo is trying to box now, Tim, and run and move. I don't know what that strategy is. He's only effective when he's brawling and moving forward. But maybe they want him to try to rest around, which I don't think is a good thing to ever tell a fighter. He's supposed to be in condition to go 10 at his own style, not to change it.
Well, the heat and the dry desert air were something Minchillo has never faced before. First time over here. There was question about whether that would be a problem. His handlers thought the fight was going to be indoors. Of course, Duran from Panama, plenty used to the heat. We're watching to see if Minchillo is showing the effects of the heat in these later rounds. We're in round 7.
Tim, not only the heat, but Duran has landed some wicked body shots during the last couple of rounds.
Again, the cut on the left eyelid of Duran has not been a problem since it occurred in round 3, when it appeared it would be a very dangerous situation for him. Good combination by Duran, a good right hand landed. That rocked Minchillo, and a straight right hand. Duran stalking him with under a minute to go in round 7.
Come on, hold it, come on. But hold it, come on.
Another solid right hand from Duran. Less than 30 seconds now in the 7th round.
Minchillo looked at his corner, which means he's a little confused. Fighters shouldn't do that while the round is on.
A little bit of blood from the nose of Minchillo again. We're in the final seconds of round 7. Round number 8, Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Roberto Duran, and his corner thought it was a tune-up, and if he thought it was a tune-up for Wilfred Benitez, he is certainly getting himself all the work he needs. Luigi Minchillo on the right of your screen. Duran continues his body attack.
However, as soon as the bell rang, Minchillo again started backing up, Tim. He can't fight going backwards. He has to stay right where he is right now, right face to face, and wing punches. Duran can keep him back up.
Left jab from Minchillo was met by a straight right hand from Duran. Backing up Minchillo, he lands a left hook to the cheekbone.
The move by Duran was beautiful. He feinted a jab and then hooked off it. Very, very quick.
Big difference from the Gonzalez fight is that he has rhythm and tempo and sharpness that was missing in that rusty display against Gonzalez after the layoff following the second Leonard fight.
Well, the opponent he's in with Minchillo is really making him work because he's aggressive at all times. Duran has to fight this kind of a fight or he couldn't win it.
Yeah, he's had no chance to rest.
That's when the champion's heart comes out.
Uppercut scored from Duran. From about round 4, which we called even, time is called here. There's some tape on the glove of Minchillo that needs to be fastened down a little better, so there'll be a mid-round rest period for these two fighters as they repair it in the Minchillo corner, and here we go again.
I like that. Minchillo ran right out and threw a right hand. Maybe he'll revert to that early round style he had.
Another good right uppercut from Duran.
And the left hook after it wasn't bad either, Tim.
Minchillo backing up Duran. Started to say, having taken command from the 4th round on. Continuing that here in round 8, scheduled for 10. A minute to go in this 8th round.
You know, we remarked in the Gonzalez fight that Duran was fighting himself into condition. He's doing the same thing here. He's much sharper now than he was in the earlier rounds. Look at that feinting and putting those punches together.
And again, credit to his corner for doing a good job on that cut. It has not been a factor since the round in which it occurred, round 3. 30 seconds to go.
If you're in the corner, though, Tim, you still get gray hair because one punch, any kind of a punch, a slap could still open that thing wide open.
Duran with that familiar smile as he enjoys the combat. Perhaps more so than any other fighter still active today. Final seconds of the 8th round. Digging left to the body. Smiling again. He's in control. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy, round 9 scheduled for 10. The spectators in the searing sun of mid-afternoon in Las Vegas. The fighters, fortunately, in the shade, but the action's been hot and heavy through 8 rounds. Duran assuming control of this fight.
As you mentioned, with this Las Vegas heat, the fact that the other guy's a big, strong, heavy guy, Duran has to be in shape to fight a fight at this pace and take control the way he has it in the later rounds.
He has looked terrific in his workouts, and he's shown that he's fit today. That rope jumping routine that he's been regaling the Caesars Palace fans with here is really a show. And any question about his weight, really not a factor in that. He just showed that at 154, he's very trim, very active, as we see the famous hotel out here in the desert. Here on the tennis courts, right behind a double pool. Caesars. Duran digging a short left hand to the face of Minchillo. Is still coming forward here in this 9th round.
Minchillo has not given up mentally, Tim. He's still in there trying to turn it around. There he goes, bringing the right hand again.
He has a brother here at ringside. Garino came over from Italy with him. His wife and young daughter at home, and they're expecting another child. Now, that left eye of Minchillo is starting to swell up some from the battering from Duran. Roberto's wife, Felicidad, is here, but not at ringside. She's watching on a television monitor inside.
Tim, this has been Minchillo's best round in the last 4. He's still trying. He's really trying.
A lot of swelling over that left eye as it's starting to close on Minchillo. Under a minute to go. Round 9.
Duran is really puffing, Tim. His mouth is open. He's gasping for breath, but he's got that heart. Nothing's going to deter him.
Continuing obsession remains Sugar Ray Leonard, even though he has Wilfred Benitez and one more fight before that one on his schedule. He's got 2 more rounds to go against this very game Italian.
Duran's cut is angry again, Tim. It's opened up again, and he's bleeding again.
Less than 30 seconds to go. And Minchillo, who hasn't won any of the last 4 rounds as we have seen it, still has an opportunity with that cut. Final seconds. 9th round.
Touch him up.
Final round coming up. The fighters touch gloves. Duran on the left and Minchillo on the right. It has been a grueling battle. They had to work again on the cut on the right eyelid of Duran between rounds. The left eye of Minchillo, swollen and half closed. Duran, as we see it, has taken control since the end of round 4, but Minchillo has been game all the way.
He has never given up, Tim. Never.
He is the European champion, has lost only once in 34 professional fights. 20 knockouts to his credit. He just hit off the break and now apologizes to Duran.
Now he may be a little afraid. He made Duran a little angry that time.
Duran digging that uppercut effectively through much of this fight. Scoring again and again with it, left and right hand.
He does it so beautifully, Tim. He just takes a little step over and puts 3 or 4 punches together. Just fluid motion.
Again, the smiles and the confident look of the former champion. Tenth and final round from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Live here on CBS Sports Saturday, and more great action next week. Boom Boom Mancini goes for the WBC lightweight crown against one of the truly great champions of our era, Alexis Arguello. Now holds his third title, 3 different weight divisions.
Duran is trying to stop him. He's trying to get this fight over. He doesn't want it to go to a decision.
It'll be a tall order against Minchillo, who has shown throughout he is every bit as strong as people committedly claim. Under a minute to go in the fight.
Well, Tim, Duran impressed me today. The only thing, as I say, he does not have the same effective punching power as a 154-pounder. But he impressed me with his combinations and his conditioning.
Good point, Gil. It does look like the money will be at 154 pounds, though, as time goes on, with Hearns, probably Leonard moving up, although Leonard says for now he remains the sole welterweight champion of the world. Less than 30 seconds to go in the fight.
But he is a formidable foe for anyone, Tim. Roberto Duran.
Duran finishing on the attack. Final seconds of the fight. That's it. It's all over, and the crowd here at Caesars Palace comes to its feet in appreciation of a good, hard-working effort by both Duran and Minchillo. And certainly a somewhat surprising display by the European champion, as Roberto Duran, as we see it, should come out the winner. That's up to 3 judges at ringside, but he certainly had his hands full, and if he wanted a workout, Gil Clancy, he got one today.
Oh, he certainly did. You talk about tightening up your belt. This was a belt tightener.
All right, let's just take a brief time out from Las Vegas.
Well, Tim is up there to get the decision and talk to Roberto Duran.
91. Judge Hal Miller scores 98, 92. And Judge Jerry Roth scores 190 for the winner by unanimous decision, Roberto Duran.
On November 30th. There are fights that span a city, fights that span a state, fights that span an entire country. But we have got a featherweight fight coming up for you that spans the globe. Azuma Nelson and Hector Cortez collide in a critical 10-round featherweight fight.
Ringside after a very interesting evening here at Madison Square Garden.
Out his foul claim and then declared Roberto Duran the champion. Later that year, Duran returned to the Garden for a non-title fight with Esteban de Jesus. Watch de Jesus on the right and his left hook. And there in the first round, Duran was dropped by the hook and went on to suffer the only defeat in his career that now boasts 70 wins. The next time they met, it was for the World Championship, and again, Roberto Duran was floored by a de Jesus left hook, and again, the first round. Duran got off the deck and began a relentless pursuit of de Jesus that ended in the 11th round. He defended his light